Hello,
Okay, go
welcome to
BJ.
the second episode of the Conspiracy Cafe. We are your hosts, BJ.
I'm Teeth.
And I'm Sophia.
Yes,
We hope you enjoy the podcast. Also, two things to say before anything starts. Number one, thank you, Astro, our editor, who is up above watching us.
Wait, that makes it sound like
Yeah,
it died. Yes, I know.
Sorry, our editor is
They're
dead.
not dead.
Yeah, please continue putting your comedy in here because it's awesome. Also, fact check us. Yeah, that's great. Like, it's good.
Yeah,
I'm being sarcastic, but like, no, it's good. Like, so I learned last episode that I'm not holding the microphone close enough to my face, so I have to do that now. But basically,
Thank you to everyone who did watch last episode, and sorry for that mess up. And let's get into it.
Hold on 1 second.
Of course.
Two more things. Number one, I'm gonna call this the Sophia special because Sophia's obsessed with this conspiracy.
Actually, it's because Sophia is very
I just
special.
enjoy it. Wow,
Obsessed.
thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, basically.
So on the menu today, we have a Russian conspiracy from the 50s, and our chef special is Amelia Earhart, which apparently we're calling it the Sophia special. So there you go.
It's because she cooked it. She really deep fried this special today.
Really deep. Okay.
Yeah, she didn't deep fry it. Yo, she
good.
just jumped into like a pool of like salt water. Okay, you know what?
That's so good.
Where is this going?
Wow.
I was just trying to say that she jumped into like the ocean that was salty, and then I just ended up making it not funny.
Yeah, you tend to do that with my jokes. You'll elaborate on them too much, and then you're not funny. That's just the way you are.
Because I try to explain things, because usually when I make a joke, it's usually an inside joke and nobody understands it, and then I have to end up explaining it. But if you want me to just say random jokes, I can do that. Cool.
All right, let's hop into it.
Okay, let's start off with I'm gonna let Sophia read actually this episode.
Can Sophia read?
Cool. Thanks, T. Thanks.
I'm just saying.
I can read. I can.
All right, so we are gonna start with we all of our sources we will put in the description so you can figure out where they're from. And yeah, these are most likely reliable sources, but again, they're kind of blogs. Conspiracies are all, like, is it right or is it wrong? Right. So like technically we're not getting entirely reliable sources, but again, we're not trying to solve this. We're not doing detective work. We're not doing an essay for schools. Like, you can't use Wikipedia.
We are.
Now we used Wikipedia, it's fine. This happened on the morning of my birthday. Go ahead.
Look at that. Okay, so July 2nd. Now you know BJ's birthday. On the morning of July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan departed Le New Guinea on their continuation of round-the-world flight. This to be the longest and most dangerous leg of their journey, flying to a small speck of the coral in the central Pacific Ocean called Howland Island. A layover for fuel and provisions so as to continue on to Hawaii. With pre-flight checks complete, they board aircraft and engines come to life. As motors warm up, last minute and cabin checks are completed before taxiing into position. As if routine, it's go time. Though laden with fuel, Amelia powers up. Her Electra slowly starts moving forward with the weight of 6 spare fuel tanks aboard, lumbering down the airfield. The plane starts to lift and take to the sky.
You're really good at reading.
To the sky, slowly disappearing from sight as they head out. Okay, BJ, you gotta scroll down.
BJ is not here. Let's talk about what we just read. How about
Great, okay. Yeah, so basically, they just checked over everything that was on the plane, making sure that they had their fuel, and the cabin was doing great, and the plane was doing great, and all that, and they just really made sure everything was good, which makes this conspiracy so much more crazy. Interesting, yeah, because they they went and made sure everything was great and double checked and triple checked and everything. And so
I want a special.
They were like,
why do you get a special?
You'll get a special.
Special.
So they were just really, they were all good and everything, yet something's gonna happen. Which, here, how about I just like say what the background? So just real quick, for people who don't know, basically, Amelia Earhart and her co-pilot Fred went on this around the world flight, and it was the first one really, and obviously Amelia was a woman, and so there was a lot around that, and supposedly they were supposed to get here, but they didn't make it, and their bodies nor their plane was never found. So dude.
You guys want me to read?
Yeah, you should probably edit how everything
you can have
just
access
happened.
to my thing.
Okay, please give me access. Yes.
Do you guys want me to read?
No, sure. I got it. I mean, unless you want.
No, not really.
Wait, Sophia, you have to ask. Yeah, I don't know.
I was murmuring to myself, and I thought I was saying those words out loud. I might be going crazy. Chuckled.
I'll start from here. A layover for fuel and provisions, so as to continue on to Hawaii. With pre-flight checks complete, they board aircraft and the engines come to life. As motors warm up, last-minute in-cabin checks are completed before taxiing into position. As if routine, it's go time. Though laden with fuel, Amelia powers up. Her Electra slowly starts moving forward with the weight of 6 spare fuel tanks aboard, lumbering down the airfield. The plane starts to lift and take to the sky, slowly disappearing from sight as they head out to the open ocean. Having no significant issues during departure, they settle in for a long flight. Fred checking his calculations on the flight path, and Amelia possibly fighting an unforeseen headwind. They press on. As day turns into night, the weather becomes increasingly overcast, making it impossible for Fred to get the celestial readings he needs to verify their position, leaving Amelia steadfast on original course, heading throughout the night, time slowly going by until daybreak. At sunrise, Fred plots a loop to establish their position from the presumed proximity to Howland Island, unknowingly making course corrections that were based off faulty information. As they moved onward, they realized something wasn't right. With no island spotted, had they missed their target.
Okay, I am back. Chuckles and giggles, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Realizing they lost their way and drifted off course overnight.
You should be quiet. Continue.
Okay. Realizing they lost their way and drifted off course overnight, possibly due to compass problems or even a stronger than expected headwind, they were in trouble. Amelia starts radioing the USCGC, Ithaca, stationed off Howland Island for help, but receives no reply. Keeping an eye on fuel conditions, they continue transmitting for help, still believing they were close to Howland Island. She flew the LOP 157 to 337 north and south while requesting help from the Ithaca. But as time went on, it becomes clear they weren't getting through. Being unable to gain contact nor help, they fly on. Fuel running extremely low and no land in sight, Amelia continues to transmit their line of position until an abrupt end, when she simply said, "Wait," and then there was nothing. Our theory is that the aviators made landfall at Gardner Island shortly after Amelia's last word, that one of them spotted land, prompting her to say, "Wait," as she changed course to verify, seeing a large lagoon and a shipwreck on the beach as they approached the island. Not really knowing where they were, they circled the island looking for a place to land. At this time, Fred's experience with the seaplane route industry gained him insight on acceptable landing zones. Seeing no safe place to land on the exterior beaches of the island, he looked inward, opting to ditch in the shallow water of lagoon towards a sandbank protruding outward from a sheltered cove area. This is where most likely area with the best chance for acceptable results. We believe this is what she did, though the outcome wasn't as planned, coming in too steep. and hitting the water hard enough to sever a part of the wing, damaging the plane beyond any useful means and coming to rest partially submerged on the sandbank at Taria. We also asserted that the weather, plus tidal movement, covered up most of the plane in short order, making it virtually impossible for the U.S. Navy search planes to see any remains by the time they arrived at the location, reporting no visual contacts or wreckage on the island, and moved on, leaving the 2 aviators marooned, but still trying to be seen until they perished as castaways on this deserted island.
Would anyone want to summarize that into, as Tiff would say, normal people words?
I can do that. Okay, so basically, they flew around and they lost track of where they were. They got lost, right? They don't know where they are. And so they tried to replot where they were going, and it was wrong. They did not plot the right course. And so at this point, they're like, uh-oh, what are we doing? And so they're transmitting for help, and they're like, hello, please help us. And then they're basically like flying around in circles because they think that they're close to Howland Island, which was their original destination. And so this article's theory is that they originally landed, and it was such a steep landing that the plane wing got cut off, and the Navy ships that were flying over couldn't see them.
Okay. Yeah, obviously we don't have a script, so we're just reading off an article. So it's not technically our theory. I mean, it may be some people's, but it's not exclusively ours,
I have made a few PowerPoints. Because
my.
We've been having technical difficulties for the past 3 weeks. So we're learning, and that also sadly, unfortunately, includes the fact that we're doing this on Zoom and there is a limited time. So we're going to finish this up. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to talk about the conspiracies, and we're going to start talking about the facts, things that could be true, but are most likely not true, or things that we believe.
So let's go and get into it.
So first PowerPoint I have down is a lot of people believe that they were Japanese prisoners, which I doubt. I highly doubt.
Yeah,
our editor will bring up an
image
because that would be Astro.
Because that would be, I feel like so far, that was more or less a very small island, right? That is kind of a deserted island. So the fact that they would have had to that would have just been so spur of the moment, that would have had to happen at the perfect time and all of the above, something perfect would have had to happen, or they were planning it, which I feel like is very, I doubt that.
Unlikely.
It's very unlikely. Yeah. And then I did just want to point out that in our last episode, or last try of this episode, we were talking a lot about how she fought very hard, Amelia did, to get her last name as Earhart instead of her married name. And so this was a whole deal. She was a woman in the 50s trying to fly around the world, right? So there was definitely some sexism in here somewhere. And so that could have played a role in something that happened. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Go ahead.
I'm literally crying because my headphones broke again.
Bro.
Oh no.
Get better headphones.
I'm poor.
Dang.
I can get you some for Christmas.
You don't have to get me anything for.
Well, we are, so too bad.
Another thing. So, they were Japanese prisoners. That's there is again another photo that we'll bring up is the prison that they were believed to be held in. Honestly, it's far-fetched for me. I could see maybe possibly they if they were to kind of land on this foreign island as aliens, right? They technically, people would be confused. People would definitely, especially Japan at the time, I think wasn't entirely, again, sort of, free to the idea of just travelers, kind of arriving in their,
So it's plausible, but it's unlikely.
It's unlikely.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. There's another there's a lot of conspiracies that they survived the plane crash, which again, doubt that was true. I'm pretty sure that they died on impact, but
for sure.
There is a lot of
and even if they did, I think that they obviously died pretty soon after. And if what the article was saying, part of their theory could have been true, and at that point they could have just drowned in the boat.
Mm-hmm. So
or in the plane, sorry.
Yeah, let's hurry this. Let's because we can get to the end of this if we just hurry.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of people think that they survive all the little conspiracies that we're about to talk about, the little points. Are all just they are all kind of ideas that they survived. So
which is not likely. I think we discussed that. I was missing.
Kind of weird.
My headphones were broken.
They believe that they found the scrap of metal of the plane. There's an image of the plane scrap that they found.
They also
honestly, I think that's true. I think that they actually found it.
Agreed. They also found a skull, right? They
did find one.
And so I think that's a very plausible theory. We still don't know what happened, but I think that we're much closer to the truth now. And I definitely think that they died either upon impact or right after it landed, drowned or just, relatively right after.
Is drowned a word?
Drowned, yes.
Drowned,
yes.
So yeah, the school there was with the skull. They're thinking, maybe the freckle cream reveal something. I'm not sure. But I did see in the photo there seemed to be a skull crack that might have been just from deterioration.
No, that looks
But it looks to me, I think if that were to be Amelia or Noonan's skull, it's possible in my book that something when the impact happens could have gone through their gore trigger warning, do this, but Astro put this trigger warning before anything happens. It is possible that basically that something could have gone through her skull, her skull through impact.
Their skull.
Another thing,
or it was impact and it just such a hard hit that could have been the cause of death. It the skull crack could have been the cause of death.
Yeah. Another
episode is not quickly. My headphones, but no, be quiet. All right. I know this episode is not about my headphones, but the little wire part came out and it shocked my chest and it left a little mark. And it hurts.
Dang, you okay? I'm so sorry.
Everybody, look at this real quick. I'm pasting something. Look at this. Okay, see this?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Okay. Let me speak. Okay. So last thing that we want to talk about. Bring up a photo, Astro. Thank you very much. I'm not going to talk very fast. Crabs, coconut crabs. These things are huge. As you can see, huge. Some people think that they ate their flesh or something.
Which also could have explained.
Oh my god, less than 1 minute. Well, I'm so sorry that we're rushing this. This is really going fast. I apologize, but thank you for coming to our cafe. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll come back for another course.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And go check out our other episode.
Yeah, check out the last episode and make sure to like and subscribe. I feel so cringy right now, but it's fine.
That's all right. Like and subscribe. We'll
come up with something better
so much.
Next episode. In 2 seconds. The Christmas special. Get ready to see that.
Bye.
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 Oh my god, I'll see you all in a few seconds.